Ted, in this month, you're bumping up against some stars from wrestling's past, but interestingly, you also get a chance to team up with wrestling's future and a couple guys who will go on to be considered by many the greatest tag team of all time. You were not in the Legion of Doom with Hawk, Animal, and the Spoiler and Jake, but on February 10th, 1984, you're going to team up with the Road Warriors to beat Brad Armstrong, Mr. R, and Brett Sawyer. So at this time, the Road Warriors are apparently green as goose shit. What was it like working with them?
Oh my gosh. Again, good guys, but not great wrestlers. They just, I mean, they had the look, and I mean, and to their credit, they did pretty good on a mic, But I mean, oh my gosh.
This is essentially, I mean, they had just started in Georgia in 1983 and they were just brand new to the business. I mean, Ted, when you take a look at a card as you're like, okay, what am I doing tonight? And you see that you're paired up with the Road Warriors, is that like, it's got to feel like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to be taking a million bumps tonight. Like, was that pretty much like the vibe, or how did you feel about it?
Yeah. Well, I don't think I don't think I worked with them much then.
Beyond that.
But personally, both those guys were wonderful guys. Now, Mike Hegstrand, that's right, and that's his real name.
Yep, Hawk's
real name, and Mike was a great guy. He'd give you the shirt right off his back. But Animal was the one that was kind of like, yeah, he had to help Mike keep both his oars in the water.
Like even here in Georgia at this time, it's like pretty obvious that these guys are on the gas. They're built like nobody else in the business. You could probably argue that they're about as big, if not bigger in muscle as Hogan. So they are absolutely massive, and certainly they were no strangers to the party scene. Jake and I talked about it on a Legion of Doom episode on our podcast. I mean, at this time, did you recognize that there were drug issues going on, and not just with those guys, but in general? Were people displaying that they had drug issues, or was it not quite so prevalent just yet?
Well, it's kind of like you knew who was you knew who the druggies were. Mm. You'd find out. I mean, it's kind of like, pot was a big thing then, and I couldn't stand it. It's like, okay, two things happen if I smoke a joint. It's like, wake up, Ted, wake up, And then when I do wake up, I'm really hungry.
That's the same with me.
The munchies, man. But I mean, it's kind of like, but pot, it's kind of like JYD. And I'd see him do it. JYD would get in a car and he's driving, and early in the morning, and he would smoke a joint. And it was like, for him, it was like giving him speed.
Oh, he'd get happy.
Yeah, he'd get happy and alert. Nah, but pot never did that to me. No.
Nope.
I might as well just find a corner and just go there and give me a pillow.
I want food and I want TV whenever I smoke pot.